And literally she turned like this. She was in one of the wheelie chairs and she kind of turned like this and she goes, "What's your skin routine?" I only tell the story because of this, how much I was caught off guard by the story. But anyway, it was one time I never go up necessarily to the floor up where it has all the administrative offices, but I had to drop something off. So I dropped off something at this office, and the person working there had never met. And I was literally just at the doorway. And I said, "Oh, I'm here to drop these papers off." And literally she turned like this. She was in one of the wheelie chairs and she kind of turned like this and she goes, "What's your skin routine?" I was just caught off guard, like, and if I had one, I'd be happy to offer it. And I was like, "What?" And she repeated the question again. And I was like, "Yeah," literally 3 times. And so finally, I said, "No, really, I don't." She's like, "No, tell me your secret. Come on, I know what's a secret. Women have their secrets. Come on." Mashallah. Literally, I probably should have said to her, "Repeat after me." Ashhadu. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. And then I reflected on this because I was kind of like, as I left and I just kept thinking about this and thinking, and I thought, what is going on here? And I thought, subhanAllah, even a person who's not Muslim, who does not understand necessarily or know what we mean by the radiance of Quran or of Salah or of Wudu, who knows what that was? Allahu alam, who knows, right? But I mean to say, it was something that was picked up by others. And even if you don't recognize it, it's happening, right? And you sometimes do see people, or sometimes even yourselves, often yourselves, and you can't even tell, but others can. We believe in the aura, like in a vibe, an energy that is given off by Iman. And it's tangible, and it's something you feel. And the presence of angels, and the presence of the very thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said and taught us in the Quran, سِيمَاهُمْ فِي وُجُوهِهِمْ مِنْ أَثَرِ السُّجُودِ. Literally, you can see it on their faces. The traces of it are on their faces from their prostration. It's in the Quran. I'm not making it up. Allah describes it directly, right? And so when we think about how do you get to this point, there's a certain level of nurturing your inner self, of purifying your inner reality. That glow isn't going to get there on its own, and it's not going to get there as much as you rub stuff on it. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. The outer layer maybe, but the inner glow isn't going to come until there's faith, niyyah, intentions, thoughts, actions, motives. Everything we do starts to become for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when it appears on your face, it literally is the sign of the righteous. And look, in the tafsir, by the way, that ayah that I just said, سِيمَاهُمْ فِي وُجُوهِهِمْ, some people, and this is not me talking, this is Imam al-Qurtubi in the tafsir, says, some people interpret this verse and think that it's an outer mark. So they purposefully press their foreheads in or do whatever they do to get this gnarly thing on their face. Yeah, I got myself in trouble a lot. Imam al-Qurtubi talking, not me. He says, some of the juhal, those who are ignorant of the meaning of the verse, believe that it's an outer mark, but actually it's an inner. It's an inner manifestation. Whoop, I'm excited again. Inner manifestation of that nur. Does that make sense? Really important that we understand our deen. So this salah, this prayer that we do, these prostrations that we make, they are literally illumination. They illuminate you. They give you a radiance. And you are reflecting not your own work, but rather the radiance, the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we focus on the topic of radiance, people immediately think beauty. When they think beauty, they think outward beauty. And I just gave an entire explanation as to why outward beauty is important. But it's not the kind of beauty that we talk about in conventional wisdom. And in fact, conventional wisdom today just does not count anymore. There's a lot of young people here, but also all aged people here, and I'm sure you're on various social media platforms, as I am as well. And the trends, the many, many, many trends that we see. One thing that we talk about in our girls' halakas here at Rahma is how incredibly fickle beauty is, the concept of beauty. What does fickle mean? Come on, girls. What does fickle mean? Yeah, it changes. One day it's like this, one day it's like that. If you roll back enough into history, what today is trending was once trending in the 70s. And then it goes out, and what's trending is trending now, what used to be the 60s. And then that goes out. And what trends again is trending, right? And it just keeps on changing. And the majority of the time, who is setting the beauty, outward beauty standards? It's often men in a corporate office somewhere who decide the year before what color is going to be the color of the season. Then everybody buys their purses and clothes according to that. Beauty is fickle, the outer beauty. But if we want to talk about the true inner beauty, the radiance that Islam brings, I want to tell you a story of a friend of mine. I'm not a dermatologist, but she is, and a very successful one, mashallah. Somebody who's a skin doctor, right? And when I was growing up, she was in my community, and she was a hafidh of the Quran, mashallah. And she was one of the first of the girls from my community to go to Syria and study, and she came back and had memorized Quran and went off to medical school and became a dermatologist. When I was in high school, I shadowed her at clinic. She's a bit older than me, so I was shadowing her as I was learning and trying to figure out what kind of medicine did I want to do, knowing that I too wanted to become a doctor one day. So I shadowed her a few times in her dermatology clinic, and one day she said to non-Muslim patients that she was working with, and unapologetic, unapologetic Muslim, mashallah, she said to them, she said, Muslims have the best skin. It's like, wow, mashallah. And then she backed it up and she said, and you know why we have the best skin? I'm thinking, oh my goodness, these patients of hers, you know. And she said, we have the best skin. Do you know why? Because we wash our faces 5 times a day. Dear sisters, it's not a judgment, but I'm just saying, the stuff you cake on, that stuff that's caked on, isn't allowing the radiance of what you otherwise have as a believer to come through. And it certainly prevents the water, okay? And some of it legit says waterproof. Come on now, mashallah. Come on. Alhamdulillah. I'm going to move this before I knock it away. Mashallah. I get very agitated about these things. Come on. You're going to really risk your prayers? Risk your prayers by it not counting because the wudu didn't count, because of the stuff that was caked on didn't actually allow the water through?